We're in the Lewis Pass area, starting at Boyle River Outdoor Pursuit Centre, and we are going up and over Mount Faust, through some bush to Boyle Flats Hut, and then back along the track to Magdalen Hut, which is more modern, comfortable, has a good fire, and hopefully I get it to myself. Steep. It's not too bad, but steep. But I'm playing a wee game with myself about when to deploy the poles. Because I actually bought my new poles with me today, so there's a wee game. Which is, don't quite know the rules yet. I'm making them up as I go along. First rule of the deploying my poles game is if you're stopping supposedly to watch the bird that just flew past, and then you wait to see if it'll fly back. That's usually a sign that it's getting near poles out time. The second sign you might need to have the poles is when you look up the track and then you quickly look back down at your feet. You can't bear contemplating more of that in the back of the Achilles. Alright, third sign is where you start doing this. Start adding a little bit of power to your quads with your hands on. Right, that's the fourth sign. When you see the track marker and it's above head height and you make this face, knowing that there's probably a lot more to go. Another sign you need to deploy the poles is you've forgotten what you're up to and forgotten what you're talking about and just plodding along. So I think if you get any three of those signals, you get them out and use them. Right, so these are my new Mountain King poles, carbon poles. Entered a competition with Wild Things, which is a New Zealand running club, and won some poles. They didn't have the alloy ones in stock, so the beautiful people at Further Faster, best privately owned outdoor shop in the I'll say the world, but in our neck of the woods anyway, upgraded me to carbon. So I've got a couple of carbon poles and they are sweet. Look at that. Tickety boo. Right, we've made it out of the bush and we are now going on to the tops. That little gadget thing there is a water collection set up, so the water drains off that wee roof and into those cans, and then thirsty people in the middle of summer, I guess, can fill up their bottles, but you probably want to filter it. I'm carrying enough water for this trip, I think, and there's some tarns over the top, so we should be good. Right, I might actually put my jacket on, put my hat on, because it's going to be more exposed to the wind up here. See that condensation on the shirt? That's only just appeared as I've come out of the bush, so it's definitely colder up here. Got the wool on today because I was going to get sweaty in the bush, expecting rain, and I'm going to put it all under a jacket, so I still want to be warm. Got extra stuff in the bag for later. So we're up on the libretto range, and I was looking up what libretto meant because it's Italian, of course, but it's an Italian novel or story, and it's the story or the book version of an opera. And most of the peaks and ranges around here have got some connection to opera, musicals. Well, I won't say musicals, opera. Right, we're on the ridge over to Faust, and that's why we're on the ridge. We don't go that side, stay this side. In the long tussocks, which I can't really see where that track is until you put your feet into it. Right, that's where we're going. In case you can't see it when we get there. It's Faust. It's not too bad. It's, wind is getting up a wee bit. Hey, Faust! Right, on top of Faust. 10 metres. Nothing to see, no view. Well, we got here. Now we're going to go over and head down. Right, this is where we turn off the libretto and pick up a ridge. It's not even a route, but it's pretty clear on the map. And this route takes us all the way down a spur and drops us in behind Boyle Flats Hut on the St James Walkway. Pretty good. It's not much to see, but over there in that mist is another big one called Magdalen. Another character out of an opera, a bit like Faust. Faust is a German opera. It's a story, a tragic story, of a character who sells his soul to the devil to get what he wants in life and then regrets it. One of those stories that keeps replaying itself in humanity, eh? That's the ridge that we've got to get. So we get that high point there, then down to the next one, across that ridge, follow it back down there. Where we are, last point. Yes, and that's offline really good. While we're out of the wind, I might just check the map. Yep, we're on the right spur. There's a couple of little tarns. Pretty narrow spur though. Just had to stop and check the map again because it's forked again. Got to make sure that I'm on the right spur, otherwise I get into trouble. Bloody windy up here though. Can't wait to get into the bush. There's a lot of country up here. Down there is the St James Valley and the track. We're pretty easy to see a trail here, even though there's nothing to mark it on a map or any sort of poles or anything. It's obviously pretty well used as a route from Boyle Flat back to Boyle Lodge over the top. So, oh, look at that! There's an orange marker at the bush, showing that we got the right spur after all. Trouble is, this tree's just covering the track, so we'll go around the corner. Clearly, you could probably do this on the run, but I'm not doing it on the run. So a pretty quick stop to pack the poles away. While I'm stopped, I'm going to have a shower. Help me get down the hill. So we've got about a k and a half to go down. And there were markers at the start. And now I've lost them. Okay. I'm going to have a look around now. That looks like a trail. Okay, that wasn't sensible. I'll go back. Well, found the markers, backtracked and found them, but that's why I lost them. There was a whole group of trees across the track. There's a white blaze on that tree there, and another one down there. So it always pays to just backtrack and correct yourself. But it's a pretty well used track by the look of it. Well, those last 200 metres were steep and slippery. A couple of times I had to sit down. One time I went for a wee bit of a skate, but no injuries, and we're nearly down to Boyle Flats Hut. So that'd be great. And it's a lot warmer down here than it was up there. Starting to get sweaty again. And here we are. Boyle Flats Hut. I stop here for a snack and a drink, and put something in the book, see who's moving through the path. Cool. And I get a new page to write mine in. Right, this is the Boyle Flats Hut. So double, probably 4 or 5 bunk sides. Yep. Pretty big communal area. A couple of doors, bit of a deck, lots of camping outside. Big fire. Hut socks. And it gets very well used during the Te Aroa season. Right, had something to eat, about to have a drink, and we've got about 3k along the St James to the Magdalen. We've done that track before, last year actually, on my trip into Rugby, came along the same section. So down there on the river flats you'll see a little area that's fenced in. So that's a little horse paddock, because this area you can bring your horses in. I think we've seen the horse route before, but you can bring them in, park them in there, and then stay in the hut. So that's awesome. The good thing about St James, when the weather's packed it in everywhere, even if you've got high rivers, this is still quite a good area to come, because most of the major river crossings are all bridged really securely. So just don't have it for uphill. Well, the guy with the little yellow digger, T5 contracting, he was in here about a month ago fixing this slip up. Made it a heck of a lot safer, and wouldn't have been an easy job. Pull one of those rocks out and a whole lot of the bank would come down with it, I think. Yeah, he's got a fair few rocks down there. But that's good. Good for the through walkers and people that use this track. Much safer than slipping down the slide that it was last year. I think I might even have a clip of that. There's a section that slipped out. So that's what I was saying before, horses can use this trail, but not entirely the walkway version. Most of the time they're off that, which is pretty cool for horses. We're on the 1k section from the Boyle swing bridge to Magdalen Hut. So just checking. Oh yeah, some old boot prints going the other way, which is a good sign. To be honest, I'm a bit tired for running. Not far to go though, so I can push on. Here we are, the new Magdalen Hut. Built 2008. Previous one, I'll stick a picture, but one of those sort of carriage type ones. This one's awesome. Double insulated, bug screens, and what I'm looking forward to is a fire and dry firewood, and having it by myself, hopefully. So far so good. Oh, she's very clean and tidy. Thank you very much. So I'm unpacking, got all the food out, starting to dry some wet stuff by hanging it up. Got all my bed stuff ready to go, sleeping bag, getting the earring. When I got some kindling, there's some dry wood already chopped up, so I'll replace that tomorrow. This hut's great. They've got a water tank right at the door and a wood store right at the door, so really good design. Really good little fire. What have we got? 2, 4, 6 bunks, and possibly room for more if you needed. And there's lots of areas outside to camp if you've got your tent. Can try one of these liquid espresso sachet. Couldn't walk past these at the supermarket. It's just black coffee straight out of the sachet, but we're just going to put some hot water in it. Make a dinner time. This is Christmas gift from my daughter. Her favourite dinner, cottage pie, but I think it's a 2-pack setup, so we've got in here, yeah, I've got another packet which is the mashed potato. Ooh. With the candles, lovely. Got all my wet stuff up there now. There's nobody else in the hut, so I figured I could hang the socks inside, get them dry, which is great. A bit. And this one we've got to give a cup, so coffee flavoured one. That's about a cup. Oh, I've got some herbs in there. I've learned always to stir these up before you seal them up. You need to give that about 15 minutes. Might need to put a bit more in there. Mashed potato. There's the meat mixture. Now I've got to put the mashed potato on top. I should have just used that pot over there. Yep. My daughter would like that. What do you reckon, Nat? Woohoo! Just about over full. Bowl's a bit small. Well, it's a cup. Look at this. I'm so warm, I've actually taken the fleece off. Woohoo! Third coffee. Halfway through my cottage pie. Put the rest of the potato on there. It's actually really tasty. So, thanks Nat for getting that for Christmas. We've actually got two windows. That one's ajar and that one's actually quite open. Just otherwise it becomes a bit of a sauna in here. Look at that. That's how a fire should be. Got another book from the old book swap. Another Wilbur Smith. What's this called? A Time to Die. Set in Africa. I'm doing a bit of a lion hunt at the moment, which is a thing. I woke up thinking it must be nearly the morning. Turns out to be 2 o'clock. A couple of bit more sticks on the fire and then have a wee drink and read my book again. So, bit of a bonus read. Up to Marty. Had such a good sleep. Actually had to set an alarm so I didn't carry on sleeping. I don't have a too big a run today, so got time to split up some firewood and clean up the hut. Take it easy really for a pretty cruisy start to the day. Right, our first swing bridge of the day. We got warmed up now, so gonna be alright. Quite a steep ascent for this one. Over there is where the old track used to go, but that's a bit of a cliff. I think we'll just jump on the horse route and join up with it. The Boyle Swing Bridge. Just met two trampers, first people I've seen in a couple of days. They're off to Magdalen, so I think I left it tidy enough for them. Swept the floor, cut the wood, you know, cleaned the bench, shut the toilet door, all the good stuff.
Wake up.
Right, went to sign out of the hut book and it's full. I think people even writing on the back pages. So that's that.